Horimiya is one of those animes that is like almost when you get into anime, it's one of the ones that you're pretty much told to check out. And I had for a long time wanted to watch Horimiya, and I finally got around to it, and I really did enjoy it. Shocked as you may be, well, shocker! I like a good anime. The basic premise is that it's based on two people, Hori and Miyamura. Um, and it's pretty much Hori at school is seen as like a very popular girl. She's beautiful, all that type of stuff. But at home, she's pretty much not a housewifey, but like she cleans, she vacuums, all that stuff, and then she wears like baggy pants and all that. And then you have Miyamura, who at school is seen as kind of like the otaku. He's got long hair, glasses, all that stuff. But then outside of school, you find out he's got tattoos and piercings, and he gives off like the bad boy kind of vibe. So it's like they're very much the opposite in actuality of what people perceive them to be. And it's pretty much they find out about each other's, who you actually are, not at school thing. And from that, from finding out their true selves, they kind of, each other's true selves, they get closer together and eventually get together. It's not an episode one type of thing where it's like, they're suddenly they meet each other and it's an instant like, oh my god, type of thing. But um, it is a bit of a, not a slow burn, a more realistic burn where they feel a close connection to one another, but it's not an instant do I like this person type thing, right? Like Miyamura spends time going to Hori's house a lot, but it's not never from like, oh, she likes him, so she's constantly, inviting him over type of thing. It's more of a it's more of like he knows who I really am. So it's nice to have someone that she can talk to who knows who she really is, if that makes sense. Um, and uh, moving on to the other characters. So it's stuff like that with the two of them. It's a very realistic kind of progression of those two being together and falling in love, which is great. Love that type of stuff. I also don't mind it when they kind of animes kind of just skip over that stuff because they're like, yeah, you're here for the stuff after, right? But Horimiya is kind of a bit of both. You're there for them getting together, and then once they're together, you want to see them how it goes after that. Speaking of that, Horimiya is not just about them. Of course, it is about their friends, who have their own problems going on. You've got the student council, who at first you're like, oh, these people kind of suck. But then as you go to know them more, you're like, oh, they're pretty cool people. You've got Hori's two friends, one of whom had a crush on her, but once Miyamura enters the picture, he realizes, okay, I'm never going to get Hori. Um, like stuff like that, it's not just about them, which I like. I like it when they're the core focus for the first bit, but now once we've established who they are and their dynamic, now we can kind of move on to the other people there, the side characters, and develop them more, which is very nice. And even when that happens, you still get development for Hori and Miyamura later on, sometimes through the side characters. So yeah, overall, I really liked Horimiya. I wanted to watch this, and I found out Missing Pieces was coming out, and I was like, okay, great, I'll watch Horimiya season one. Like the original, and then I'll go into Missing Pieces, which is what I'm going to do. So overall, I give Horimiya an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a really good anime. Uh, I really enjoyed it. I don't know what else to say. It's really good if you're there for funny bits. Like there's a really good 2 episode arc about Hori kink. um, it's devised of long stories, short stories. It's got a whole bunch of variety there for you. It's got some moments that hit you hard, and then it's got moments that make you laugh. What more do you want? It's a buffet of things. So that's it. I give it an 8 out of 10. I really recommend it. If you've seen Horimiya, which you probably have, let me know what you thought of it. And if you haven't, I do recommend checking it out.